What's good, fam, and welcome to my page, Bonafide Kona Beast. Here we'll talk about various topics related to the Focus ST, like vehicle maintenance, performance modifications, audio equipment, software. My goal with this channel is to share my journey on a unique build, so please like and subscribe. So here we have my 2017 Focus ST. And what I plan to do today is change the coolant. I had some old Prestone coolant that I mixed previously, so I'm going to use that to begin the flush. And then I'll switch over to the good old concentrated, and I'll mix it with some distilled water, 50-50. So Ford now recommends a green coolant versus the orange. So we got to flush this system out. I've already removed the plastic guards and whatnot from underneath during my oil change a couple weeks ago. And I wanted to get in here and finally change this coolant. So I left it out. But I'll start by jacking the car up. Don't forget to use that jack stand and make sure you release the pressure on the jack to actually have it rest on there a little bit. We got a bunch of these left over from Thanksgiving, so they'll be my drain pans. And I'll use these empty gallon containers that I've got to do the mix. So as you crawl up under here, you'll find the little drain valve to the left toward the intercooler piping, and then what you'll do is connect some kind of hose there, and that way you can drain the fluid without making a ton of mess. We got this box of goodies, so I found an old turbo coolant line that I connected to the little peephole, and it'll drain right into the pan. So let's get this started. I'll also go ahead and loosen the cap here for the coolant reservoir. Good. Now we wait as it drains, and if need be, I'll swap that other pan in. Starting to slow down a bit. Let's see what's going on at the top. Yep, nice and empty. So what I'll do now is start with my old Prestone mix, 50-50. And as you can see on here, it works with the different types of coolants, so it'll be okay. And I'll pour it in here, fill it up, probably a little bit above the max line, start the car up and go through the process there. As you're pouring it in, you want to make sure you're going slow enough to allow some air out. Here and see if it dropped. Yep, it did drop, so we're gonna add some more. Now this coolant wasn't in too bad of condition, as you can see, but I wanted to switch to that green stuff and get this out for the extra corrosion protection, etc. So now we still got coolant here. We're gonna go ahead and start the vehicle up and kind of keep an eyeball on that. Added some more in. Cap is still loose, allowing for some air bubbles to escape. And I have to try to keep my eye on that to make sure it doesn't drop again while we're going through the RPM process. I went ahead and poured the coolant from the pan into this half-gallon or gallon container, and as you can see, it's only about a half gallon that came out. So we'll keep this process going. Go ahead and turn on that, turn on the heat to max. I'll put the windows down because it's a hot day. And it's blowing hot already. Now we can go down underneath the car just to make sure the thermostat open. We can come back under here and touch the lower radiator hose, see if it's warm, which it is, so the thermostat must be open. So the car has run long enough. I'll go ahead and shut it off, let it cool down, and then we'll do the same thing over and over again until this liquid is green. All right, so the vehicle is shut down for now. And what we'll go ahead and do, obviously we're not going to open the coolant cap at this time. The vehicle's hot. We'll come over and start mixing 50-50 with this concentrate and distilled water that I've got. And I'll put them in the empty bottles I have, so that way it'll be ready for the next pour. So I've gone ahead and poured in one container into these two jugs right about the halfway mark. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour in the water, the other half. All right, so now I've got 4 gallons of the 50-50 with the new Motorcraft yellow. It's now been a few hours and the car is cooled down. So now I can go ahead and drain again, and then we'll repeat the process. So once again, we're pouring slowly to kind of help alleviate any air bubbles, air pockets. I'm gonna pour it in again a little bit over the max value. We'll go ahead and start the car up again, knowing that the coolant level is gonna drop some and I'll have to pour some more in there. Let's talk a little bit about this Mentos cover here. So the windshield washer fluid cover, the factory one, was cracked. It was plastic and kind of cheap and brittle. So while I saw it breaking, I ripped it off and decided to fit this on. I saw another video somewhere where these fit, and it literally fits perfectly. I'll let the car idle for a few. I'll put the cap just on top. I'm not going to tighten it just yet. Still allow some air to come out. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this now. Again, we don't want to forget to turn this heat on. Now we're back at revving the vehicle again, getting those operating temperatures up so the thermostat can open. And we'll go ahead and get that fluid flushing through. So on the left is the first batch that I did. On the right is the second batch, still a half gallon. And a tinge lighter. If you're thinking to yourself, wow, this ST, this engine bay does not look factory, that's because it's not. There's a lot of modifications done to this car. It is stage 3 full bolt-on, plus the big turbo, plus 4-port aux fuel. And you can check out another video that I'll post very soon about the upgrades on this car. All right, now we've shut it down, and we'll wait again, and then round 3. So round 3. A little lighter again. And I'm finally getting into that new Motorcraft green coolant. All right, so after 4 gallons of a mix of distilled water and the new Motorcraft coolant, we finally have this yellow and looking good. All right, check this out. It goes from orange, and each one of these is a flush that I did. And yellow. I could have kept this process going until the color was fully yellow, but I was content after 8 flushes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one.